Hello everyone, Spirit back in with our Marvel Comics Champion. Today we're going over another champion concept, this one being Lady Deadpool. And yes, I decided to do Lady Deadpool because of the Deadpool movie. She was in the trailer and I really want her in the game and it'd be really cool if she got added to the game. So let's continue. And as always, these are purely fan-made and are not official, leaked, real, etc. This was just for fun. And with Lady Deadpool, I will be introducing a new tag called the hashtag Deadpool Corps, which the champions include Lady Deadpool herself, who I didn't list here, but once we see her tag, you'll see that she has this tag. Deadpool Red, Deadpool X-Force, Platpool, Goldpool, Venompool, Gwenpool, and Mcoc. So I gave Gwenpool and Mcoc the Deadpool Corps tag just because usually, whenever there's like a Deadpool event going on, Gwenpool and Mask are always looped in there, so I decided to include them in the Deadpool Corps tag. Plus, they're Deadpool-esque champions, so why not? But yeah, here we go. Lady Deadpool. So she is a mutant. She's hashtag mercenary, hashtag size small, and there is the Deadpool Corps tag that I was talking about. Anyway, here's the always active. Wanda's healing factor provides her immunity to all diseases, so basically she will be taking minus 100% poison damage, but any poison damage she would receive is instead regenerated back. Also, when the opponent punishes Wanda's heavy attack or special attack, or if she's intercepted, she regenerates 30% of all damage received, which extends to the whole combo. Strikers and special attacks can continue this. So similar to how Glycon was like how that fight went. Basically, she can kind of regenerate any damage, kind of like the Glycon fight. It's hard to what's it called? It's hard to explain unless you're familiar with Glycon, but yeah, so she'll regenerate like 30% of a lot of like combos and stuff like that. So it might make her really annoying on defense, and she could be a real big stall on defense. But all you really have to do is just bring someone that can reverse her regen or nullify it or heal block it. I mean, not nullify. Also, she gains X% of a bar power when striking the opponent's block. So she's going to really reward throwing, attacks in the block, as you will see. And for the heavy attack, when charging your heavy attack, you will rapidly gain irritation due to Headpool yapping in your ear. Oh yeah, also I should mention, I thought it'd be really cool if not only like you had Lady Deadpool here, but you also had like Headpool like floating above her shoulder, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1 champion. I just thought that'd be cool. Also, while idle, Headpool yaps in your ear, rapidly filling Wanda's irritation meter. So we'll get into irritation in the next slide. But also, while blocking, Wanda uses Headpool as a shield. This prevents abilities and crits triggering through block. So some opponents can like trigger bleeds or debuffs through block. Basically, she's like, yeah, no, doesn't affect me because obviously she's using Headpool, and so wouldn't go to her. But anyway. Here is irritation. So max stack 999. So throughout the fight, Lady Deadpool will get more and more irritated as the fight drags on. The longer the fight goes, the more rapid irritation builds. Once irritation reaches 999, it remains that way until the fight ends, as the only thing that can calm her down is a dead opponent. Irritation is doubled against skill, or the irritation gain is doubled against skill champions, and you get a bunch of bonuses depending on your irritation. At 50, you can crit through block. At 100, you gain plus X block penetration. At 200, if the opponent's back is against a wall, they can't evade. 350, katana attacks ignore armor and cannot be auto blocked. Katana attacks are her lay attacks, but we'll get to that in a second. At 500, intercepting the opponent grants Wanda a Prowess passive for X seconds at X potency. At 750, bleed potency is increased by plus 50%. And at 999, so maxed out, you gain a permanent Bananas passive. While Bananas is active, combat power rate is increased by X%, power gain rate is increased by X%, so that will help them, punching into block. It'll give you a little bit more power, and special attacks cost is reduced by X%. So she's going to be really good for longer fights where she can like get up to 999 irritation, so then she can like constantly like throw back-to-back special attacks and like just really ramp up, especially if you're also intercepting to get those passive prowesses. But anyway, the katana attacks. These lay attacks are katana hits. These attacks gain plus X block penetration and are critical hits. 100% chance to inflict the opponent with a bleed debuff, dealing X damage over X seconds on critical hits. So she's going to be really all about these the bleed damage and throwing stuff into block. But anyway, the special attacks. So for the animation, Lady D sends a barrage of bullets into the opponent's direction. So pretty simple, she just takes some guns or her Uzis and just goes into the opponent. Preferably you want to throw into block because Lady D gains 100% miss passive if thrown into the opponent's block for 0.5 seconds, but there's pause for the duration of the special. So basically, it makes it safe that you can throw into the block, and if they try to punish you, you're safe. Every hit that strikes the opponent's block inflicts them with a Noodle Arms passive, reducing block proficiency by X% and attack by X%. So it makes them weaker. It makes them hit weaker, and they'll take more damage through block, essentially. So you kind of want to use a couple SP1s to make them really weak. Also, for the SP2, Lady D strikes the opponent with a X slash using her dual katanas. She then tosses a grenade at her opponent, followed by a rocket from a rocket launcher. And lastly, she just throws Headpool at them. So I thought that'd be kind of funny, where she basically just used a whole bunch of like her arsenal, and then lastly is like, take that, Headpool. So gain a vicious passive for each hit that strikes the opponent's block for X seconds. So realistically, you probably would want to start with the special 2 and then go for some SP1s just to really build up some some specials and get some stuff through block and really trigger those katana hits to get all those bleed damages. But anyway, for the Katana Slash, inflict a bleed debuff, can trigger through block. The grenade hit, inflict a incinerate debuff, can trigger through block. For the rocket launcher attack, inflict the armor break, can trigger through block. And with lastly Headpool, inflict a stun debuff for X seconds, which can trigger through block. And if it triggers through block, it's actually a passive stun. And lastly, the special 3. Lady D grabs onto Headpool as he flies her up in the air, and she shoots her opponent from above in the sky. While shooting, Headpool's propeller breaks off, and Lady lands on the opponent, and then she gives a little thumbs up Terminator style from off screen. Like you could kind of just see her little thumbs up. I thought that'd be kind of funny. But once she does that, she instantly gains 100 irritation. Also, inflict 1 bleed onto the opponent for each 50 irritations on Lady D. So really, there's a couple playstyles you can do with Lady Deadpool. Is you can just go for a special 1 spam, just getting all these hits through block and stuff like that, really make them weak. Or, in my opinion, you could probably go for a special 2, and then because you will have all this increased power gain, you could pretty quickly rush up to a special 3, and if you're max ramp, you could put on so many bleeds at once. So there's a couple different things that she can do, and I think that she'd be a really cool champion. But anyway, that's not it. The last thing, we got the awakened ability here, the Sanest Pool. When striking the opponent's block with a 4th light or a 2nd medium attack, gain a 100% miss passive for 0.5 seconds. If the opponent misses an attack, they gain an Intimidate passive for X seconds. Additionally, if the miss triggers, this ability goes on cooldown for X to X seconds. So the cooldown will obviously go lower the higher the SIG. And basically, this awakened ability allows you to kind of increase your damage a little bit by being able to throw that the last hit of an ending combo into the block, so you can stack up even more bleeds, and it makes it safe with the 100% miss passive, but it's not so overpowered because it does go on cooldown. But yeah, that is Lady Deadpool. I spoiler alert for the Deadpool movie, but I mean she was in the trailer, so yeah, that goes without saying. But yeah, she was really cool in that movie. And fun fact, I was looking in the credits. She was actually played by Blake Lively, which is Ryan Reynolds' wife. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, so she was really cool. I would like to see her in maybe an upcoming month if they didn't want to spoil anything. Like Caban didn't want to spoil any characters that would be in the movie. If they wanted to make her release in a later month, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's been Lady Deadpool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what champions you want me to create or buff next time, but goodbye.